I shouldn't be telling you this. I swore I'd bury it and never speak of it again. But some secrets, they don't stay quiet.
I'm Melis.
And the story I'm about to tell you changed everything. It started with a look. Just one look. In my department, I was kind of a big deal.
People notice me.
The brains, the confidence, the charm. Yeah, even the looks. But none of that prepared me for him. Professor James Carter. He wasn't like the others. Mid-40s, tall, salt and pepper hair, piercing green eyes that made you feel seen. He carried himself like a man who knew more than he ever said. I used to catch him looking at me during lectures, not accidentally, not casually, lingering just long enough to make my heart stumble. And then one Wednesday afternoon he called my name. Alice, can you stay back a moment? The way he said it, calm, measured, but heavy. I didn't know it then, but that was the moment everything began. When the last student left, the door clicked shut, and suddenly, the air between us shifted. I could hear my heartbeat. I swear he could too. He leaned against his desk, arms folded, and said, I need to talk to you about something personal. Personal. He hesitated, avoiding my eyes for just a second before locking them on mine again. Things with my wife, Sarah, they're not good. Haven't been for years. I froze. I didn't know where this was going, but something in his voice told me it was dangerous. And then he said the thing that changed everything. I've heard about you, Alice. How you connect with people. I need help. I need someone to teach me. At first, I laughed. I thought he was joking. You're asking me to help you with your marriage? But he wasn't smiling. His jaw was tense, his eyes pleading. Not advice. I need you to show me. Show him. I should have walked out. I should have said no. But instead, I found myself whispering. Not here. Somewhere private. The next night, I stood in front of my dorm mirror, staring at the reflection of a girl who was about to cross a line she could never uncross. Black dress. Waves falling over my shoulders. Makeup light, but deliberate. My hands were trembling, though I'd never admit it to anyone. At the hotel, he opened the door before I even knocked twice. He looked different. Not like a professor. Not like a husband. Just a man. Nervous. Vulnerable. Inside, the silence was louder than anything I'd ever heard. Every step, every breath, felt like a choice I couldn't take back. I told him softly, Tonight, you're not my professor. And I'm not your student. We're just two people figuring this out. And when his hands finally touched my waist, I swear the world tilted. That night should have been the end. It wasn't. We told ourselves it was just a lesson. One night. One secret. But the secret grew. In class, we were strangers. But his eyes would find mine, sharp and quick, like lightning between storms. The brush of his fingers when he handed back my papers. The texts at midnight that made my chest ache with longing. And then the hotel nights became a thing. Each one felt riskier. Each one burned hotter than the last. I thought I was in control. I thought I was the teacher in this game, guiding him, showing him how to feel again. But somewhere along the way, I lost control. Because it wasn't just about the thrill anymore. I wanted him, and wanting him was dangerous. Whispers started. Classmates noticed the glances, the shifts in the air, when we were in the same room. I brushed it off, told myself we were careful. But Sarah, she wasn't stupid. I don't know how she found out. Maybe a text. Maybe just instinct. But one day, everything shattered. James stopped showing up to class. The department head came in, face unreadable, and said Professor Carter would be taking an indefinite leave of absence. And then came the stares. The hushed conversations when I walked past. I didn't need anyone to spell it out. They knew. One night, I saw him outside the campus gates. Streetlights threw long shadows across his face. He looked older.
Worn.
Like the weight of everything we'd built was crushing him. Alice, he said softly, his voice frayed.
I'm sorry.
Sarah and I were trying to fix things. I can't keep doing this. I wanted to scream, to beg him to stay. But instead, I nodded, swallowing the lump in my throat. I understand. And just like that, he was gone. Life moved on. Classes, exams, deadlines. But I didn't. Everywhere I went, I saw him. The lecture hall where his voice once filled the air. The hotel where the curtains whispered secrets back to me. The texts I couldn't bring myself to delete. I thought I'd taught him how to feel again. But in the end, he taught me something far more painful. That love isn't always safe. That desire burns, and sometimes it burns you alive. And maybe, just maybe, some lessons are better left unlearned. Music fades into silence. Would you risk everything for a love you can't have? Kindly leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more exclusive contents.